then we miss the fact that God is everything. God is the one that needs to have first place. Fulfillment comes from God, not another person. And once we have that great foundation of God love and God dependency, then we can build on that healthy relationships here on earth. From New Life Ministries, this is Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn. I'm Stephen Arterburn. And Going Deeper is all about taking the tough issues, the hard issues of life, looking a little bit deeper inside so that we can gain some insight into our lives. Hi, Steve Arterburn here. Thanks for joining me for Going Deeper. We've been talking about codependency, and I'd just like to spend a final segment on people pleasing. You know, one of the characteristics of a people pleaser is insecurity. And it could be because of mistreatment later in life, spouse, bad marriage, adolescent dating. Most of the time it goes back to some childhood experience that causes you to feel insecure about life, and you end up kind of taking on the role of a people pleaser. And you know, God really wants us to disturb the peace sometimes. Jesus was an example of that, for there to be a way for things to get better. And just maintaining status quo, ignoring, denying, that never ever helps anyone. So what about a people pleaser? Well, sometimes a people pleaser will not show who they really are. They're afraid to show who they are. They don't want to be rejected. And they will do everything they can to fit in with other people. They don't think they have the right to be an individual, so they just fit in. And they really don't have any regard for their own value. They feel less than, and so they want to meet the needs of other people who seem to be more valuable than them. You're only confident when people are showing that they approve of you, approval of everything that you do. And you're striving, and the desire to please is really attractive to people up front. But it's not so much later on. It becomes kind of annoying. So if you've ever wondered, why do these people tell me they love me, but then they go away? Well, it could be because it becomes annoying. If you're a people pleaser, you're exhausted. You don't have a lot coming in. You have a lot going out as you're trying to impact somebody's life with this really inappropriate method called people pleasing. So, and then finally, you always feel that you're not good enough to be an equal partner in any relationship. And so you can see how that feeds right into being codependent. But it's sad to be a people pleaser, because what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to be a God pleaser. And if we relate all of our fulfillment and all of our dreams and wonders in people treating a certain way or feeling certain way, then we miss the fact that God is everything. God is the one that needs to have first place. Fulfillment comes from God, not another person. And once we have that great foundation of God love and God dependency, then we can build on that healthy relationships here on earth. Well, finally, I want to give you some signs that you could be a people pleaser. If you are, you always want people to like you. You need that. You apologize way too often. I'm sorry is just part of your vocabulary. And you can't say no. Anytime somebody wants to do something, you just do it. And you're very quick to be agreeable. You don't want to cause a conflict, and you don't want to be rejected, so you just agree. You don't want to ever make people angry, and you don't make people angry. You avoid conflict at all cost. And you're really burdened by other people's feelings, and you have low self-esteem. Does any of this ring true with you? You're a giver. People say, well, you're such a giver. But you don't even feel good about the giving. In fact, you don't have any real authentic feelings. And you don't take care of yourself. You don't have time for yourself. And there's an emotional dependency on other people. People take advantage of you. And you end up in a lot of unsatisfactory relationships. And eventually, you're really disregarded as a human being altogether. You never criticize, never stand up for yourself, and you feel overly responsible for how other people are doing. All of that is people pleasing. Now, what do? Well, what I would want you to do is get a counselor and help them to answer this question. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What have the results been? Of course, they haven't been good. You haven't gotten closer to resolving it. What have my results been? And then in that counseling, what could I do to alter that strategy that hasn't worked? Because if you're continuing to do something and it's never working for you, then we got to give it up and try another strategy. And that can be really scary for some people. But that's my suggestion to you, is evaluate how you're dealing with your codependency and people pleasing, and then maybe, just maybe, you could find a different strategy that would work so much better. That's it. Codependency, people pleasing, Take Your Life Back is a great book for you to use to overcome all of that. I'll see you next time, and when I do, we're going to start another series here on Going Deeper. Don't forget to tune in to New Life on the YouTube channel, New Life Live YouTube channel, and I hope and pray that our paths cross someday really soon. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me for Going Deeper. I hope something I've said may have helped just a little bit. If you have a question you'd like me to answer or comment, just email me at stevesocial@newlife.com. I'll see you next time.
If you want to support Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn, be sure to subscribe so you never miss another episode. And if you know someone who would benefit from this episode, be sure to share it with them. See you on the next Going Deeper with Stephen Arterburn from New Life Ministries.